Fumihiko Takaba is a character with great potential, but doesn't play much important role in the story, apart from helping the main cast from time to time. In this video, I am going to do a deep analysis on how Takaba went from a failed comedian to a character with great potential to oppose the likes of Gojo Satoru. Fumiko Takaba makes his debut in chapter 146. He is a 35-year-old man with a dark slick back hairstyle and has a L-shaped sideburn. As a comedian, he generally wears a black suit with a checkered tie. However, during Culling Games, he wears a costume that pays homage to the hero that first made him burst out laughing. It is a skin-tight costume which is split down vertically where one side is light in color and the other side is dark in color. On the dark side of his costume, there is a half-smiling heart on his chest and there are two stripes on his arm and leg. He wears a belt and a collar with a smiley face on it and wears gloves and boots to complete his costume. He is an old-school performer who is pro-violence. He is a cheerful and a silly guy who loves to crack jokes and does some goofy action poses in a view to seek some appreciation from the people, but the people around him find him unfunny and annoying. However, Takaba isn't much unfazed by it. We first see him at a comedy club presenting his jokes, but the audience found it unfunny and was bored. After the performance, his manager scolds him for his dumb jokes and tells him to quit the job. Later, Ken tells Takaba that he doesn't dislike his jokes and says there are two comics which will be always in demand, the comics who are funny and the comics who think are funny. Then Ken asks Takaba, which one are you? To which Takaba answers, it's like 50-50, but it's more like 70-30. The next panel, it's revealed that Takaba is a culling game player. Later on, he is seen defending Megumi from an attack by Hazenoki and calls Hazenoki and Regista cowards for fighting Megumi in a 2v1. He decides to help Megumi by fighting Hazenoki and agrees Megumi's request of stealing Hazenoki points. During the entire fight, Takaba was dominating it. However, both of them hasn't suffered any major injuries. Hazenoki is confused on how Takaba powers work, but before he could continue with the fight, he leaves as soon as he hears the announcement of the death of Regista. Takaba follows Hazenoki and begs him to give his points. In the next panel, Takaba's curse technique is revealed, which is called Comedian, the power to bring anything to reality as long as Takaba finds whatever he thinks in his head funny. It is a curse technique capable of opposing Satoru Gojo, but he is utterly clueless when it comes to his own curse technique. Like for example, if he finds it funny to dropkick Gojo, even with the limitless on, Takaba is still able to dropkick Gojo. However, there is a limitation to his curse technique. Red is prohibited in this curse technique. Red means blood in this context, that means the user and the opponent can't deal attacks which will cause them to bleed. Like at the end of the fight with Hazenoki, neither Takaba nor Hazenoki were bleeding, despite Hazenoki bombing him several times. He then joins with Hana, Yuji and Megumi and helps them to fight against the US military. Later he aids Hana after she suffered grave injuries from the battle with Sukuna and joins with the main cast in chapter 220. The last time we see Takaba was in chapter 222, where he was with the main cast when they were giving good wishes to Gojo for his upcoming battle with Sukuna. Unfortunately, Gege hasn't revealed much about him and his curse technique. Hopefully he gets some more screen time in the future and becomes something more than just a comedic relief character, as there is so much that can be done with his power. So let me know your thoughts about this character Takaba, and if you have liked my analysis, I would greatly appreciate if you like, share, comment this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will meet you in the next video.